Ooh, that's like, we have an hour to talk about personas. Personas don't shape your CRO program. Personas have a place in evaluating a particular page. They're not the cornerstone of a CRO program. They're an important element. Remember that at the beginning of any conversion optimization program, we're going to be doing analysis, different methods to identify the issues and the challenges people are facing on a website. So we'll identify those issues. And part of that is, for example, doing jobs to be done interviews. Jobs to be done interviews explain to us why people hire a particular product or website to accomplish a certain goal in their life. We as human, we're driven by emotion, correct? And then we justify by logic. So we want to understand that need that somebody has when they make the decision to make a purchase. So that's number one. That gives me a large list of items and areas on a page or on an area of a website that I need to evaluate. That's when personas come into play. They are one of 7 different elements we evaluate on a page. I've identified that there's a problem area on a homepage or on a landing page. Well, I'm going to be evaluating different elements on that page. I'm going to be evaluating trust factors. I'm going to be evaluating incentives. I'm going to be evaluating FUDs, fears, uncertainties, and doubts. I'm going to be evaluating the sales stage, the sales complexity. I'm going to be evaluating how that particular page appeals to different personas. Perfect example of that. I'm somebody who is very spontaneous, impulsive, spontaneous, call me whatever you want. I don't read all the copy on a particular page. You need to give me the bullet points really quickly, get it out of the way, let me make a purchase, we're done. Ayat, on the other hand, is somebody who is very meticulous. Ooh, she is going to read every piece of copy and do analysis. It's very logical. The way we look at a page is a lot different. If you write your page in a way that you provide way too many details, somebody who is logical, somebody who's meticulous, they're going to have a field day. They're going to love it. Somebody who is spontaneous, they're going to hate it. Well, guess what? The single page needs to appeal to both personas. So there's a certain structure that you need to apply when you're trying to increase conversion rates. And that's where personas come in handy. I know that some people completely discard personas. Some people consider it the cornerstone of any type of research that they do. I don't think it's extreme left or extreme right. Most of the time, the answer is in the middle, and that's how we use personas. What shapes a CRO program? The research that you do is very critical because that research gives you the foundation of all the possible problem areas. So that's the foundation for the work. Oh, I need to put this wall over here. I'm going to use this type of cement. That's fundamental because without having that, you're not going to have a house. But then your conversion optimization roadmap is the blueprint, correct? That's where the architect comes in and says, okay, so we have all these issues. Here's how we're going to do the layout. Here's how we're going to start. Here's where we're going to lay the foundation. Which one is more critical? You can't have a building without either, correct? You can give me all the resources, cement, wood, and then tell me to build a house. I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. You can give me the best blueprints, and I wouldn't know what to do with it if I don't have the raw material. So I need to bring both together, and I need to bring the team that knows how to execute that. Now, the team could be an agency or it could be somebody internal, but you're not going to get me to build a house for you. I'm absolutely horrible idea. Funny story. Yesterday, my daughter just bought a car a while back, and she wants to change the wipers on the car. Being the dad, I'm like, oh, time for her to teach her a life lesson. Just hear the wipers. Just look up a video on YouTube and just do it. She goes out. Half an hour later, she comes in. She's like, Dad, can't do this. I'm like, yeah, why? It's so easy. I'm not a handy person by no means. I go in, I watch the video as well, and I try to change the wipers. 15 minutes later, I almost broke the glass. And it turned out that I bought the wrong size wipers altogether. So I'm like, God dang it. But I didn't want to admit that. And she's definitely not watching our LinkedIn Live. So she doesn't know that I'm like, oh man, I messed up. What was a life lesson for her turned out to be a lesson for me. It's like, just pay the $20 and get somebody to install it instead, a lot faster.